So, um, I wanted to make a video about something that I just saw, and it's a video, um, from Ron Wills saying, if you're leaving women alone, why are you here? So, I looked up and down this whole, the page, and it's a lot of ego driven pieces, it's a lot of ego driven pieces of shit who really don't understand the viewpoint of a man who, just walked away from women, right? So he goes to say that it's a lot of comments, and I'm gonna show you one. I'm gonna show you them. You know, because he's in that category. There we go. So I come up to these comments, right, and I'm gonna dissect every single comment that they make. So one guy said, because they really want women but don't know how to, a bunch of crybabies in my opinion. So he says they're a bunch of crybabies, right? So what this guy doesn't get is that a lot of guys know how to get women, but they're not willing to do all this extra shit to do it because they wasn't born with a giant size penis, or they wasn't tall, or they're not really in the know of mainstream media. The funny part of these guys say is that, you don't want to do all this and do that, but the fact is, women are always in the mainstream media. You can't name one woman who's not watching or listening to a song in the mainstream media or in the mainstream entertainment, right? So this guy says, they don't know how to. You do. But a lot of people don't want to put up with that. Listening to bad jokes, looking at bad movies, listening to women betray their own friends and their own family. Because the fact is, if a woman talks about her family behind their back, they're going to talk about you behind yours. And a lot of guys understand they have to tell women limited information so it doesn't ruin their lives. They do know how to. So let's move to the next comment. It's real simple. These men speak of and still at red pills rage. Oh wow. That is dangerous, man. It's dangerous stage for a man to be in. Some men go in a red pill rage and they stay there, and some men go into it and are lucky to find their way out once they learn female nature. I must admit, I mean, I can't admit. See, he should have said that. I can admit from the perspective of a non-select, I do apologize for always bringing it up, but I was once in the red pill stage. I was very fortunate to outcome it in an outcome in an, oh wow, it made me seem like I can't read. Well, similar manner, I'm heavily devoted in my hobbies, which is art, reaffirming was always keep my black ass out of trouble. So that keeps my mind how women are sometimes. I'm working on going back to the gym so I can continue my mind and my body right. And my mind and my body right, and remain that stage will literally kill if you get more frustrated and stressed out about it. Female nature, it'll tear you up and kill you. There's no evidence that being at red pill stage will actually kill you. And for people who talk about get your mind right, get your body right, these are the same people who can't climb a mountain. See, it's different type of muscles in your body. It's fast twitch muscles and slow twitch muscles. Look that shit up if you don't know about the body. Some of these gym dudes don't have any kind of gas. 50% of the time, they're only in the gym and building muscle. But they don't build high level lung capacity. So they're big, but they move slow. Or they can't climb somewhere. And they put they put more strain on their bodies. Just like a lot of bodybuilders. A lot of bodybuilders seem to look healthy, but they're not. A lot of fitness trainers and a lot of people in fitness seem to look healthy, but that's only with the help of substances and some type of I can't recall it, but this stuff is synthetic. So getting your body right without any type of goals is pretty much wasting your time. What are you getting your body right for? What, just to stay away from women, or what's it called? I mean, for me, it sounds stupid that you get in your body and you're not doing anything with your body that you sharpen up. Like, I can understand if you working out your body to do a sport or do a race or something that you using your body with, but to walk around with a fit body is kind of a waste of your money, and it's kind of stupid, because the fact is you don't need to go to the gym to actually be fit. All you need is a couple workout things at home and you're good. But these guys, they think that going to the gym is some kind of focus mechanism, and it's not. But let's go through the other comments. Okay, Brother Ron, what's up? Met a lot of these MGTOW guys are confused. I don't get. Yeah, well, I don't get. He should say I don't get it. I don't understand it, dude. They said they don't need women, but I'm like, bro, yes, you do. You need a woman. So you got to let the testosterone loose sometimes, man. Other testosterone builds up. It's not good for a man. You got to let some of that shit out of you. It sounds to me like the reverse feminists. You can't even look at women. You can't even look at a woman. You can't even talk to a woman. You expect these are the same dudes that want to boycott women. I'm like, what the F I'm supposed to do? Sit up here and be like boycott women ain't win? What? Man, what the hell? Hell, I boycott women to stand that the divorce system is a racket. Child support system is a racket. I get all that. I get it, but I'm not going to sit up there and boycott women. Some of these dudes are sexually repressed. So this dude coming from a standpoint of saying, I get it, but how the fuck do you really get it? If you can't do anything in society because they deem you under them, and you have to pay your way into being liked by them. See, guys like this is a pussy slave. He's talking from a perspective of a pussy slave. He says he don't know how they can do it. And how can he boycott women? But he says how you understand the child system and the support. He says he understands the child support system and a family court system, the divorce system. So 9 times out of 10, no one wants to do that process of trying to wind it down a female because they don't fit the criteria of every woman. You don't understand that some people are in a certain zone that they don't want to get out of. But every time you meet a woman, she's trying to barrage your time and not trying to go and meet up with each other on both of y'all free time. See, like I said, it's a perspective of a literal pussy slave. Because he said he can't live without women. I heard that before. One of my old friends said the exact same thing. And he consistently always losing with women. And he wastes a lot of money. Pretty much he's not even doing that well right now because he moved in with a lot of females. And despite that, he's still messing with a lot of women. And still failing with them. He get in a relationship with them for like 6 months or a year. And then he lose more than he had before he got in the relationship. But guys like this pretty much don't understand perspective of some men don't have the tolerance for certain women. They see their games already. If you are so-called red pill, you understand that from the jump you can read on what a woman is doing to you, what she use you for. If she's sitting there constantly talking, and this is a tip for some guys out here who want to know if they're being used. See, most women, if they want to use you for a friend or they see you as a friend zone, even in the beginning, they will talk your ear off in the beginning. Nobody talks to somebody unless they really vibe with them for hours and hours and hours out, and also tells them stuff that they didn't ask for. If they tell you about their past or how hard their life was, and this is the initial of y'all meeting or even talking, she's looking for a friend, not a relationship, and she looking to play around with your time while she not taking you seriously. Also, I call a system called the money test. It pretty much have you take a female out and see how much she tries to spend on their date. You could stop it. So if you go to a restaurant, depends on what kind of restaurant she wants you to go to, and it depends on how much she requires you on that first date. That shows you if you're being used or not. And guys like this don't understand that some women got different rules for different men. And a lot of men, some men sees it and they walk away from it. So that's the reason why a lot of guys say no. Okay, here we go. Here go another one. This. I had situations where MGTOW would shame men and me for trying to be a decent person, such as saying hi to people, whether they are women or men. Also, if I would tip, if it was a guy, no comment. Let it be a girl, I hear you a simp. Social interactions are so screwed how it seems. Oh my goodness, I can't stand it when I say a girl looks attractive, but hell, from these guys who are on women boycott, at the end of the day, these usually are the same dudes who are delusional and have literally built nothing. Sorry for the tangent. And I wrote this without watching the video, but I guess it's time to enjoy. Yes, I can admit I don't get women, but I'm trying to improve and not give up for the guys who got it. Congratulations. Not hard to live and let live. Okay, man. Some of these guys can't write, man. I'm sorry. But so pretty much he was saying that MGTOW men try to shame him, and he doesn't understand that it's not all MGTOW. See, this is something that women do, and it's something that these guys learn from women, is that they don't make the distinction of saying some MGTOW men. He says all. He pretty much says MGTOWs men will shame men. No. You have different sectors and different divisions of MGTOW who do over the top stuff. They don't shame men. They just don't want you around them, because guess what? You might throw them under the bus if a woman make a joke about you. See, I've been in a situation like this before. This is why I don't have the friends that I have when I was friends with people for like 10, 15 years. And I had to not be their friend anymore because I see what they was trying to do to me. Where these are the same guys that I hang out with, but once a woman get around them, they let the woman talk about me, and they use me as a piece of impressing her, while she laughing along. They laugh along with the female about me. They ask me to hang out. The girl come around and she whisper in his ear, and he start laughing. And the reason why I said, stuff like that is that this kind of guy sitting there thinking that he doesn't make distincts between some MGTOWs. He says all MGTOWs like that, right? And then he says, these guys are delusional and build nothing. How do you know they haven't built nothing? And this is what I talk about with some of these guys who attach success, with women. There's a lot of successful men who are low key and don't get women and don't want to deal with women. And they have built stuff. They have built more than the guys who do get women, because this slows them down, because they have to give their attention and money to women. There's guys out here right now trying to build men's shelters in certain cities for men who for men who lost everything in a divorce. But you don't know that, do you? There's men out here who give jobs to other men when nobody else in society is giving them opportunities. So to say that they built nothing is it's the same kind of talking points females do. It's the same talking points females do. I mean, some of these guys sound just like females. Y'all are walking split images of what females really are. You're just males, and you're like you work for females. Okay, that's about it. Cause some of these guys will tell you to date on your range, right? And they don't really show the women who they talking about. But I can show you. Some of these men in this comment section will say, well, if you're not select, you could self-improve yourself. And then you ask them and said, okay, if I self-improve myself, how much money I had to spend on that? How much time I had to spend on that? And what kind of women who will come my way? Then they never tell you that. They never tell you how many hours you have to put into talking to a female before you get to sex. They never tell you how many hours a woman will talk your ear off. They will never tell you the do's and the don'ts, or what you should put up with in a woman and what you shouldn't put up with in a woman when you're dating her and when she's dating you, and the signs to know if you're being used or not. These are the same guys that don't tell you that. But the guys who try to tell you to self-improve, they will tell you to date on your level. So they will say that, be good with what you can get. And what they mean is this. Women like this. You did all that self-improvement, all that other crap that they told you to do, and this is the women who come your way. Fat ass women who never self-improve themselves. Right? This is what they believe in too. Right? Women like to shame the same men. Or women like to share the same men. This is why they shame and look down on men who can't get women. Who get no women. I'm fucking up because I just, see, this is the shit right here. This showed me the Tinder experiment that happened last year. It shows me that these guys work with women. They just act like they red pill, and they act like they know it all, and they try to tell people what to do and all this. But at the same time, they make sure that men end up in situations like this, where 100 guys showed up and she played these guys like a fiddle. And they contribute to this shit. Just like this. It's big business to, take advantage of male versions and sell them know how to get women. Yeah, pretty much, man. I just wanted to get this out. Sorry for the, the fucked up speech and whatever. But some of these guys, they kind of not, they don't know how to write a whole sentence or something. But I wanted to get that out. Pretty much I'm gonna title this that, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna title it, but pretty much this is how these guys be thinking out here. Um they really think it's that easy to just walk away from women and, you know, leave it alone when guys out here got their opinion and their perception about certain guys who don't get women. You know, I've been that guy who they didn't see that I should be followed when I worked on a welding site, or I pretty much run the whole damn site. Um Guys wouldn't follow me because they didn't see me as somebody who they wanted to follow. So they lost jobs because of their ego of not wanting to follow somebody. See, a lot of men don't tell you that they attach success and happiness with women. So if they don't see you with a woman, they think you're gay, or they think you're unhappy and miserable. So they try to jump in and think they can tell you what to do. And then when they finally figure your background out, it makes them look stupid. And then you turn to them and say, "You're a disrespectful dude. Don't talk to me anymore." Because their perception isn't what reality really is. See, I worked around women before, right? And they always wondered why I never talked to them, because I was already red pill a long time ago. But pretty much women would try to pry into my life, and one day a female came up to me and tried to, you know, talk to me, have a conversation, and I shut it down real quick. She came up to me and say, "I never see you talk to anybody. You don't like nobody here? You don't think none of us are worth talking to?" And I said, "It's not like that. I just want to get in here and get out and go home and enjoy my hours after work." I said, "This is only work. This is money, and I'm gonna remain that way, because I don't want to get into drama. I don't want to get into trouble. I just want to stay on this path and make my money. That's all." So she continues to ask me, "Oh, that's good. You stay focused. A lot of guys ain't focused. You got a girlfriend?" Here we go to the question again that everybody always asks. I said, "No. I don't see the use in a girlfriend." "Oh, you don't see the use in a girlfriend? Women are beautiful. Women are this and this and that. Women can make you work 10 times harder and this and this and that." I said, "Look, I don't fit certain criteria for women to like me. I'm not trying to do all the extra work that it takes for me to impress them. I'd rather just be left alone, make my money, go home, and enjoy what I like to enjoy when it comes around." So she walks off like she has an attitude. A couple weeks later, there's rumors around saying that I'm gay. So there was a gay guy there that I didn't know he was gay. So women would consistently come around me trying to have conversations with me, getting information, and I know what they were doing. So I threw out this information to them. Eventually, I got sick and tired of it. So I pretty much try to be as busy as possible. So one time when it was super slow and people didn't come to work like that, I was just sitting around and waiting for certain people to come in. And this guy approached me, the gay guy, but at the time I didn't know he was gay. So he comes over and asks me a question, says, "You know, I see you kind of sad all the time, or to yourself. It must be lonely just not talking to nobody." And I said, "No, not really. I learned a long time ago that you gotta master being alone." And he said, "Nobody should master being alone." So, you know, everybody needs somebody. And I said, no, I don't. I said, everybody has an agenda to themselves. And I don't have time for other people's agendas and for them to use me for what they think they can use me for. So he proceeds to say, hey, after work, you want to go, you want to get some, you want to grab something, and I could, I don't want to say it. It's pretty much graphic. I don't know if they're gonna try to block this, but I'll just say it. He pretty much said he wanted to go. He wanted to suck me off, suck me clean, and make me feel a little better. And I said, huh? I said, my man's. I don't. I don't know. I don't know what you think I am, but I ain't gay, dude. So that was inappropriate, and don't say nothing like that to me again. And then he's pretty much told me straight up that it was rumors around, and who started it, that I was gay. So after that, I pretty much learned that you can't work around women when you are a focused person, a focused man. But you also can't work around men either, especially black men, because they test you too. If they don't see you with somebody, they continue to ask the same questions over and over again, and then they push the issue. So you can't work around them either. So you have to find a job where it's people who mind their business and work. That's the problems of men who stay to themselves in society. Men who are womanless in society. Society tries to shame them into doing stuff that they don't want to do. But videos like this seem to never think about that shit. Like, if you leaving women alone, why are you here? Well, yeah, we're here because we're trying to save men from committing suicide. We're here because we're trying to stop men from doing useless shit in order to impress women. We're here because we're literally trying to give other men, younger generation, a way out of this bullshit and a safe haven so they don't be shamed into dating women and shamed into marrying women and shamed into impressing women. This is why we're here. We tell our testimony and we let them look around their environment and society to see if we were right. That's why we're here.